Well, hello everyone and welcome to a Descentber in the Dark 2nd edition. This is my re-review of the Labyrinth of Ruin. Start of many of re-reviews. So I think it's time to re-begin. We'll start off with the rulebook, and as I open it up, well, it's going to be the contents page, component list, component overview, which I always like, using the expansion setups, lots of tokens, what they are. It's all good. No symbol over here. And we also have a few bits that's talking about the classes in here. There hasn't really been much changes apart from the elixir tokens. Not really much of change on that. For the FAQ, which it's actually pretty simple. I would always recommend getting the updated FAQ for the entire game. Anyway, then it talks about the hex tokens. That's not changed. The new Overlord deck, not changed. It's all pretty simple. The travel event cards, and I mean, yeah, good. And elevation, I do like the elevation. Let's see, overgrowth. Yes, of course, I almost forgot about that. Overgrowth is just acts like a door, but you can go through it. Blocks line of sight. That's it. Easy. Then you have the campaign rules. Yeah, traveling, choosing quests, act on, just exactly like the Shadow Rune, really. It's all straightforward. Then you have the rules for the allies. Allies is very specific in this campaign expansion setup and all that. There hasn't actually been another campaign that uses allies as of yet. But it is kind of straightforward. It hasn't really changed with that as well. Yeah, that's really about it. Turn the page, you get your Labyrinth of Ruin campaign, and I can say without a doubt it is actually one of the best campaigns, in my opinion. And it is pretty straightforward and quite fun as well. There's a few minor edits here and there in the or the quests themselves. A few touch-ups here and there, and that's all located in the FAQ. There hasn't been anything really major, just a few touch-ups in quite a lot of these quests. That's it. I think it's what it needs anyway. But like I said, nothing really major has changed. I mean, really, it's still pretty straightforward and simple. Even if, let's just say, you don't actually have a computer, you don't have a internet connection, you don't have anything, you just bought the game with your friends or family, camping in the woods or something like that, and you just play just from it. This is all perfectly fine. It's really neat. And I do, like I said, I do think this is one of the better campaigns. It's also very fun too, really fun. And then you have the fluff at the end, or as other people say, lore. Well, other people will actually say fluff, whilst the company was just say lore. And there you have it. That's the map at the end, and it's all good, pretty straightforward. This game comes with a few tiles, which it's pretty good actually. I like them. There we go, all double-sided and all that. There you go, a few water places right here and there. This is an interesting tile, I always find. It's quite thick as well. Nice, interesting corridors as well. And I like these interesting shapes as well. Right here is the elevation line. You can't go through it. And if you attack someone that's here, from there, they would get a black defense dice, and that's really about it. That's how elevation works. It's just like a wall, but it's not really a wall. There you go. It's all good. Other things are some tokens. There you go. Got the overgrowth right here. And a few other little bits and pieces right here. Yeah, more health, more fatigue tokens. What could go wrong? And well, the other little tokens, well, I'm going to show you just about now. And this is it. This is the condition that you get from this game. It's called Cursed. So you cannot use monster actions or skills denoted with the action symbol. At the start of your turn, test knowledge. If you pass, discard this card or token. If you fail, keep this card or token. And that's really all about it. You know, it's pretty simple. And of course, if there isn't any heroes or monsters that uses these kind of actions, then it's a wasted well, condition. But I've actually found it quite handy and helpful at the same time, just because I do like Curse, and it can be pretty easy to use when you're using the right monsters. I'll get into that just a little later, and as for the other tokens, I'll get into that just a little bit later as well. But there you go, that is the condition for this expansion. This expansion is probably one of the most important expansions out of all the other expansions, mainly because you get basic 2. No, being the Overlord, you get to choose either basic or basic 2 just before the campaign. I mean, that's really good. I like that. Choices right at the start. Plus, you also get 2 universal cards. So before I go through those basics, let's just go through all the 2 universal cards. Both of them are Dark Remedy. They are magic. Play this card on a monster group during your turn and choose one condition. Each monster in that group may discard one token corresponding to the chosen condition. There you go. That's one to buy. That's it. Simple. So if you know your heroes like to use conditions themselves, then Dark Remedy is probably the best way to do. To use. Well, let's have a quick look at some of these basic 2s. Let's have a look at the Reflective Ward. Play this card when a hero attacks a monster before rolling dice. The attacking hero may choose to suffer 2 fatigue. If they cannot suffer the fatigue or chooses not to, they will be dealt damage equal to the damage dealt to the monster. Very fun. Now, of course, when I say they, because I'm just replacing the word he, because who knows who's playing. I know who's playing, so you know, and yeah, some of the characters aren't he's anyway as well. So always go for logic and reasoning. Right, Dirty Fighting. It's an event card. Play this card when a monster attacks a hero after rolling dice. Add 1 surge to the results. If it's a healer, this attack gains Pierce 1. Yes. And just one more. How about Flurry? It's an event. Right. Play this card when a monster attacks a hero after rolling dice. This attack gains Surge. Perform an additional attack after resolving this attack. Add 1 additional green power die to the monster's attack pool. And you get green dice in this game. And there you are. 2 green power dice. And these dice, well, they're the ones that actually bring up surges. I mean, if you need surges, you want to be rolling green dice, or any weapons that has green dice, or any abilities that could give you a green dice. These are the ones to go for. Yeah, okay, it's got 1 range on it on some sides, and 1 damage on some sides, but it's mainly surge, 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 surge. practically all the way around apart from 2 sides. That's it. These are the only 2 that doesn't have surges. The rest do. Next up we have some shop cards. I'm just going to go ahead and take a look at 3 of them on each one. How about we start off with the Act 1 shop card. Here you go, let's have a look at this of the Mace of Aver, if the camera can focus. Come on, focus camera, jeez, what's wrong with you? That's it. No, come on, focus. There you go. Right, so it costs 150, it's a melee weapon, it's a hammer. Right, surge plus 2 damage, double surge plus 2 damage and stun. Blue, green, green, and it's used in 2 hands. It's quite nice. How about a ranged weapon, a poison blowgun, 100 cash, exotic weapon, of course. Pierce 1, surge plus 1 damage and poisoned, or surge plus 1 range and plus 1 damage. It uses a blue and a green, and it's only one-handed as well. And how about a shield? Shield of Light, 75 gold. Right, so shield, exhaust this card after rolling defense dice to either reroll 1 die or add 1 shield to the result. If you suffer no damage from this attack, recover 1 health. Amazing. Ah, good old shields. I mean, yeah, there really wasn't any great shields in the core game. I mean, all the ones are interesting, but there you go, shield of light, brilliant. How about Act 2? Let's have a look at this. Black Iron Helm, 150 helmet. You gain plus 2 health. Add 1 shield to your defense pool results. Limit 1 helmet equipped at a time, of course, and it's a trinket. How about this nice little armor here? Obsidian Scale Mail, 275. It's heavy armor. You cannot be cursed. Curse being this game's main condition. Each time you are attacked and suffer no damage, recover 2 fatigue. You may only perform 1 of the action skills or ability per turn. It gives you black defense dice though, so that is something. And how about a weapon? There you go, this is a good one. Obsidian Great Axe, 225. Each time you defeat a monster with this weapon, recover 1 fatigue. Surge plus 2 damage with a blue, red, red. It's double-handed. Nice. Now, I do like these shop cards. They are pretty fun. So this game comes with 2 allies. And they also come with their own little class decks, I guess you could call them. Well, I'm going to call them class decks anyway. But, hey-ho. In this game, you get to go for one of them. And I think it's like some way during the campaign you could switch them around. But it really all depends on which one you prefer. I mean, one's good at healing, one's good at collecting treasure. I mean, there you have it. That's good. Let me think. Yeah, Serena's a range. No, melee. Wraithen is a range. I mean, I like these. They've got all the interesting decks, cards as well. Abilities that they could get during the campaign. Yes, I did say could. These are optional ones. You don't like use experience to get them or anything. They just get them if you complete one of the certain quests. If you go for them, you may not even go for them. Who knows? So let's have a quick look at Wraithen. I mean, he has a skill of investigate, surge plus 1 damage, surge poison, 2 player, 3 player, 4 player, 8 health, 10 health, 12 health. I mean, it's all good actually. It's not bad. With a blue, green, red, green as well. It's not like overly amazing. I mean, the allies aren't supposed to be. So let's find out what he actually does. Investigate. If this ally is adjacent to or in a space containing a search token, the hero closest to this ally of the hero's choice is treated as if they performed a search action. That hero may reveal the search token and draw a search card as normal. While Serena gets the Soothing Spirit, +1 surge, +1 damage, surge stun. There's that 8, 8, 10, movement 3, so she's kind of slow. Melee is the blue, green, green. Right, Soothing Spirit. Each hero adjacent to this ally may recover 1 damage and 1 fatigue. Limit once per turn. Nice. Let's go ahead and take a look at one of their skills, just so it's not really all that spoiling. Let's have a look at Healing Aura. So, Serena, this ally gets +4 health. Soothing Spirit now affects all heroes within 3 spaces of this ally, which is absolutely amazing. And for Wraithen, Sharp Eyes, this ally gains +1 speed and adds 1 additional brown die to his defense pool. This ally may now use Investigate while within 3 spaces of a space containing a search token. Amazing. And they're all very pretty straightforward. The rules aren't very complex in the book, and so it's all very good. Time to look at the monsters, I think. So if we have a look at the Volcryx Reaver. Okay, so the Volcryx Reaver has, this is the Act 1 by the way. Movement 4, 3 health, great defense life. Skirmish as an action, Surge PS2, 1 blue, 1 yellow, melee dice, 1 blue, 1 yellow. It's got Ravage on the Master, Pierce 2, but this time it's now got a surge of +1 damage. This one has 5 health instead of 3, the Master. And let's have a quick look at the back. So Ravage, both the monster's actions on a turn may be an attack actions. So Skirmish, this monster may move 3 spaces, then perform an attack. And 2 heroes, 2 minions, 3 heroes, 2 minions, 1 master, and 4 heroes will be all 3 with a single master. On Act 2, if I could pick up the card. Right, so still 4. It's got 4 and grey and brown. Skirmish PS2, blue and red this time. Right, so blue and red as well on the Master. It's got Pierce 3 instead, and it's got Surge +2 damage, 6 health instead of 5, and yet again grey and brown. Right, there you go, that's it, all pretty good. Let's have a look at the monster. The monster looks pretty scary and awesome at the same time. I really do like the sculpt, really do. Very, very scary looking. I'll place you down there. Next up, the Goblin Witcher. Let's have a look. Act 1. So 4, 3 health, grey defense dice, Surge Curse, Surge +1 range, blue, yellow. Of course it's range, blue, yellow, Bewitch, Surge Curse, Surge +2 range, 5 health instead of 3. Alright, so Bewitch is an action. Move each adjacent cursed hero up to 2 spaces in any direction of your choice, which is very good because these can actually curse. I mean, that's what you really use them for. You just curse, curse and curse. Curse away, move the heroes away from their objectives or closer to your monsters, and you're having a fun time. Move them into a pit trap or like lava. That's always fun. So, 2 heroes, 1 1, 2 3 heroes, 2 1, and 4 heroes, 3 1. Now let's have a look at their Act 2. They have 6 health. They can have +2 range, and the minions can now have Surge +1 damage. But they still only have 1 blue, 1 yellow. Master, however, gets a green dice. So +2 and +2 there. 8 health with this one. Nice. And yeah, that's it. Let's have a look at the miniature. I'm only going to pick just the one at a time, and I think this is, you know, it's alright, you know. It's pretty simple. Okay. Put you right down there. Next up is the Arakara. Ah, okay, right. So movement 3, 5 health, grey and brown. So there's an action right there, which is a pincer attack. Double surge for pierce 1. Blue, red and green. So the master gets lingering curse. Ooh, but double surge is pierce 2 with 7 health this time. Okay, let's have a look. Lingering curse. When this monster is defeated, each adjacent hero must test willpower. Each hero that fails is cursed. There you go. Pincer attack. Perform an attack targeting up to 2 heroes adjacent to this monster. 1 attack roll is made, but each hero rolls defense dice separately. Each target that suffers at least 1 damage from this attack after the defense roll is immobilized. Nice. So with 2 heroes you only get the 1 minion. With 3 heroes you get 1 master. And with 4 you get both. In the active version, we'll have a look at, now they've got 7 health with a black defense dice. Double surge is now pierce 2. Same attack. And double surge is pierce 3. This time they've got 9 health. Oh dear. See, exactly the same. Oh wow. Let's have a look at the miniature as well. If my camera can focus, they've got these like really funky claw type things. That's why they are immobilizing. And very good monster, I have to say. Very, very good. Very dangerous too. I like these. The last type monster is the Carrion Drake. I don't know why I said the last type monster. I mean, come on. Right, they have movement 5, 6 health, grey defense dice. They can fly, which is amazing. Surge disease, surge +1 damage with a blue and yellow. They are melee type. This one has plagues and surge +2 damage. They have 8 health, the masters do. Oh, right. So fly, this monster may ignore enemy figures and the effects of terrain while moving. It must end its movement in an empty space following normal movement rules. Plagues. When a hero adjacent to this monster would discard a poison or disease condition card, they instead keep the card. And they have it as disease. Well, 1 damage is disease. So 2, you'll always get a master. Very good. 3, 1 minion, 1 master. 4, 2 minions, 1 master. And in Act 2, the minions have 7 health and additional brown dice. Let's see, they also have surge +1 damage or surge +1 damage. All depends. With a blue, yellow and green. The master has +2 for 1 surge, of course. There's 10 health, 2 grey. I mean, just wow. Let's have a look at the Carrion Drake model itself. Come on, a bit more focus, please. See it. Yeah, it is kind of pretty basic model. It doesn't wow me. But the monster itself, I do like using the Carrion Drake. I really do. It's one of my favourites. Oh, well, I've got a huge favourites list anyway, but that's a story for another time. So those were the 4 monsters that you get in here. And how do I rate them in top to bottom? Well, let's go for the bottom one first. The Apothecary Reaver. Yeah, I'm not too fussed about the Apothecary Reaver, but you know, it's not bad. It's not bad. The next one is actually the Goblin Witches. I mean, sure, they're handy when it comes down to curse, but that's the thing, you have to kind of curse them in order to make them effective, especially just the master, really. I mean, otherwise, just next up is the Oracura. As I said, I do like those monsters. They are very good, and that pincer attack is pretty fun. Unless you can only just get one hero, and then things just go, oh, because of their slow movement, big base. Oh, sometimes just everything gets annoying. Unlike the carrying drake, movement 5, and they can fly, and they can cause disease, and they have high health, and you always get one master no matter what. That's the rate how I put them. Best to worst. Of course, then not that worst. I mean, this is just my opinion anyway. So yeah, that's great. How about the next lot? I think it's time to look at the lieutenants, I think. Alright, well, let's start with the first Act 1 lieutenant here, which is a Riot. Well, she can use Corrupted. There's Ancient Curse right there. Double Surge +3. And those stats are pretty scary too. But not her damage output though. Huh. Well, let's have a look. Corrupted. Each time a Riot performs an attack targeting a cursed hero, add 1 additional yellow power die to her attack pool for each cursed hero targeted. Now we're getting somewhere. Ancient Curse. Each hero within 3 spaces of a Riot must test willpower. Each hero that fails is cursed. And this isn't even an attack, by the way, so there you have it. So a Riot is actually weak, but at the same time she could be alright. You always want to target the ones that don't have high willpower. You also have Wraith and Serena as lieutenants as well. Yes, they could be corrupted heroes in some ways. Well, let's have a look at come on, focus camera. Wraithen. Right, Opportunist, Profiler, Stun, Double Surge +3 damage. Look at those stats. It's not all that bad really. Range with a blue, red and green. Opportunist. Each time Wraithen's attack gains 1 surge for each adjacent immobilized hero and 2 surge for each adjacent stunned hero. Pilfer. Right. If Wraithen is adjacent to a search token, the Overlord may look at the top card of the search deck. Then they may place it on the top or the bottom of the deck. Now, of course, you might want to just go ahead and pill if you want. Yeah, I'll work on that. Okay. And then you can just do stun. Oh, it's all good. Serena. Oh dear, wow. Strong Spirit, Miasma, Surge +2 and Curse, Surge +2 and Disease, but those stats are kind of weak, so she could go down. Maybe. So, blue, red, green. So, Strong Spirit, Serena cannot be cursed or diseased. Miasma. Each hero within 3 spaces of Serena must test willpower. Each hero that fails suffers 1 damage and 1 fatigue. Curse. There we go. Surge Curse and Surge Disease. Really, I think she could be dangerous just without trying to attack or anything. I'd say put her in the center of lots of small enemies, and then you've got a wall around her, then she's dangerous. Now we come to the final bosses. Right, a Riot in Act 2. There's Corrupted, there's Cursed Blast, Double Surge +3. There you go, that's all scary stats for you. Yeah, blue, green, green. There's Corrupted again, we already read that. So each hero within 3 spaces of a Riot must test willpower. Each hero is cursed. Cursed Blast though, because yeah, I needed to read that again. So just because of Cursed Blast. Perform an attack targeting each cursed hero. Like I said, that's why I read that. In a Riot's line of sight. If insufficient range is rolled for any one target, the entire attack is considered a miss. There you have it. It's dangerous. Well, what about Queen Riot? Well, get corrupted, ancient curse. There's pincer attack, surge +3, and some scary stats for you. Oh, and melee, blue, red, green. There's corrupted. There's ancient curse, and there's pincer attack. We've seen pincer attack before, which is the perform attack targeting 2 heroes, and they would become immobilized. There you have it. That's all the lieutenants and monsters done. We'll come now to the warrior class, which is the Beastmaster. Okay, let's see. Let's have a look at the equipment that you actually start with. You get a hunting spear, which is a melee weapon, so it's an exotic weapon. It's got reach, surge PS1 with blue and red, so a one-handed weapon. You also get the skinning knife, which is a blade. If the target has any number of damage tokens, this attack gains surge +3. And it's blue and green. That green dice gives you plenty of surge. It's a one-handed weapon. You also get the skill, which is Bound by the Hunt. Right, so as an action, place your wolf familiar token in an empty space adjacent to you. You may only control one wolf at a time. You may discard your wolf familiar token at any time during your turn. Costs 1 fatigue to use. There's your wolf token, and your wolf does movement 4, 3 health. This familiar is treated as a figure. It may perform 1 attack action during its activation. Each attack made by this familiar gains surge PS1, and it has a blue and red. So let's just take a look at 3 of the skills the Beastmaster could get. Here you go. Here's Stalker, costs 1 XP to get, and immediately after declaring the target of your attack, you may move your wolf 1 space. Additionally, a monster cannot declare your wolf as a target of an attack if it could legally target a hero figure instead. It's pretty nice. And then we've got Shadow Hunter 2. Your wolf adds 1 additional grey die to its defense pool. Before activating your wolf, you may choose to perform an attack with it, rolling the dice shown below. Then your wolf is defeated. That's vicious. And number 3, Predator. You and your wolf each gain +4 health. Whenever you stand up or revived by another hero, you recover 2 additional damage. Your wolf attacks gain surge +1 damage, and surge you recover 1 fatigue. That's pretty nice. We'll come to the healer class now, and it's the Apothecary. The Apothecary starts with something if you could focus, right? Smoking Vials range attack. So double surge +3 damage, single surge poison, green and blue, one-handed weapon. You also start with Brew Elixir. Exhaust a card during your turn. Choose yourself or an adjacent hero to gain 1 elixir token. Once during the turns, a hero may discard 1 elixir token to roll 1 red power die and recover damage equal to the hearts rolled, and it's 1 fatigue to use. So let's have a look at some of their skills, shall we? So we've got one, it's called Inky Substance, 1 XP. If there's a card, to choose 1 monster within free space or you and place an elixir token on it. There's plenty of elixir tokens right there. And a hero targeting that monster with an attack may discard the elixir token before their attack, roll to add 1 additional green power die to their attack pool. 1 fatigue to use. Another one, 2 XP to use, Protective Tonic. It's also told immediately after a hero discards an elixir token to place 1 of their hero tokens on this card. A hero may discard 1 of their hero tokens from this card before rolling defense dice. Add 1 grey die to their defense pool, and it's just 1 fatigue to use. And one that costs 3 XP, Potent Remedies. When a hero discards a elixir token, they may roll 1 additional green power die and recover fatigue equal to the surges rolled. in addition to any damage recovered. You may exhaust this card to revive an adjacent hero without using an action. That's all pretty neat, straightforward. That's not bad. We'll next move on to the mage class, the Hexer. Let's have a look at this. We have start with the Staff of the Grave, range weapon, magic staff, surge +1 range, surge +1 damage and recover 1 health. Green and blue, 2 hands. Short range. Right, Enfeebling Hex. While you have a magic weapon equipped, each of your attacks gain surge. Hex one monster within 3 spaces of your target. When performing an attack targeting a hex monster, a hero may discard any number of hex tokens before spending surges. The attack gains +1 damage for each hex token discarded. There's plenty of hex tokens there, so let's have a look at some of their skills. Right, 1 XP to use, well, to buy, sorry. Plague Spasm. Exhaust this card when a hex monster declares an attack before dice are rolled, and discard 1 hex token from that monster. The target of its attack may add 1 black die to their defense pool, and it's just 1 fatigue to use. And another one which I decided to drop is focus, Crippling Curse. Right, 2 experience to buy. So it's an action there. Exhaust this card to choose any number of hex monsters. For each monster chosen, test knowledge. For each test you pass, you may choose 1 condition from the corresponding monster to suffer. And it's 2 fatigue to use. And another one, Plague Cloud. So an action again. Perform an attack with a magic weapon. This attack targets each hex monster in your line of sight and ignores range. Each figure rolls defense dice separately. Before rolling dice for the attack, each monster adjacent to target monster is hexed. And it's free to use. Ouch. But like I said, there's plenty of hex tokens to play around with. Last but not least, the Scouts class, which is the Treasure Hunter. Alright, let's see. The Treasure Hunter starts with the Level Whip. It's an exotic weapon. You've got Reach, Surge, Pierce 1, Surge, move the target 1 space. Blue and yellow. 1 hand weapon. We also have a trinket over here, which is the Dead Man's Compass. So, exhaust this card during your turn. If you are within 3 spaces of a search token, immediately gain 1 movement point. There you go. That's all. So, that's really good. I like that. So, Delver. Right. If you are not adjacent to any other hero, each of your attacks gain +1 damage. Each time you draw a search card, instead draw 2 and choose 1 to keep. Then place the other search card either on the top or bottom of the search deck, which is very, very powerful indeed. Let's have a look. When I say powerful, I mean it's so very good and handy. It's amazing. Alright, get what you want really. Gold Rush. Exhaust this card during your turn immediately after performing a search action to gain movement points equal to the number of search cards you have, face down or face up to a maximum of 5. While this card is exhausted, you may move through enemy figures. Brilliant. How about one that costs 2 XP? Alright, Guard the Spoils. Exhaust this card when you are targeted by an attack before dice are rolled. Add the following dice to your defense pool, depending on how many search cards you have. 0 to 1 search cards, brown dice. 2 search cards, 1 grey dice. 3 plus search cards, 1 black. And it's only 1 fatigue to use. And Finders Keepers. It's a skill, special skill that is. Perform an attack with an exotic weapon. As long as you have an exotic weapon, you should have anyway. Adding 1 additional green power dice to your attack pool. This attack gains surge at 1 damage for each search card you have face down or face up to a maximum of +4 damage. And that's just 1 fatigue to use. It's amazing. We've finally come to the heroes now, and it is Pathfinder Jurik's turn. So he's got movement 5, 10 health, 4 stamina, with a 3/2/4. That's good now. His ability is during each of your move actions you may move through spaces containing monsters by spending 1 additional movement point for each occupied space. Right, heroic feat. When you move out of a space containing a monster to immediately perform an attack targeting that monster. This attack does not require an action and gains Surge PS3. There you have it. That's pretty nice. And his model, well, there you go. That's what he kind of looks like. It's pretty good, actually. I don't know what's that yellow stuff doing there. I don't even remember that. Oh, never mind. Next up is Olma Grimstone. Okay, so this is the healer, which has movement 4, 8 health, 5 stamina. Great defense size. 2, 3, 4, 2. Right, hero ability. Each time a hero within free space of you, including yourself, will draw a search card. They may instead reveal search cards until they find a potion. They may take that card and shuffle the rest back into the deck. Okay. Heroic feat. Use during your turn to flip one of your face down potion search cards face up. In addition, each hero adjacent to you may also flip one of their face down potion search cards face up. And this is her model. There you go. Small, simple, it's a gnome. There you go. Like the goggles, I really do. Next up is Dejra the Vile. Okay, she has a movement 5. Very fast for a mage. 8 health. 4 stamina. 1 grey. 2, 2, 4, 3. Hero ability. At the start of your turn, you may recover 1 damage or 1 fatigue for each monster figure adjacent to you. That's right at the very start of your turn. Right, heroic feat. Use when the Overlord chooses to activate a monster figure adjacent to you. Before they perform any action, all monsters adjacent to you are immobilized. Yeah, okay. And her figure is like this. There you go. Nice flowing cape. Nice. Lastly, we have Logan Lashley, our scout. Movement 4, 10 health, 4 stamina, grey defense dice. 3, 2, 2, 4. You cannot be immobilized. Haha, in your face. Oh, there's more bird though. Right, okay. Additionally, immediately after you perform an attack with an exotic weapon, you may move 1 space. Right, heroic feat. Use after one of your attacks deals at least 1 damage after on defense dice. You may move up to your speed and perform an attack. This does not require an action, and the attack may be performed before, after, or during this movement. Wow. Brilliant. Let's have a look at his model. Yeah, there he is, Logan Lashley. Looking proud for himself because he can't be immobilized. And it does other stuff too, which is a nice little bonus. Amazing. There you go. So there you go. That was my re-look into the Labyrinth of Ruin for my review of it. What do I think of this? Still, do I think it's a viable option? I think it is actually a very good option. I mean, you have some decent heroes and classes like Logan Lashley perhaps, and the Treasure Hunter, which is probably one of the best classes in the entire game, by the way. The options of having basic 2 as well for the Overlord, and some of those decent creatures as well. Very good, all very, very good options. And the campaign, like I said, there's only a few tiny little tweaks in the words for the campaign. That's it. That's really it. Just to make things a little bit more clear. It's still a very good expansion to get, and highly recommended too. if you do not have this and you do like the game, I would highly recommend getting this. Almost like the next thing that you get, well, the next thing that you buy for Descent 2nd edition. There's a few things that I also would like to add. I mean, if you add something like, let's see, Bonds of the Wild. I mean, 2 characters there could go along well with this campaign setting, like Ronin of the Wild and Vera the Falconeer. I mean, I think they would go well with these. Let me think. There's also another one, which is the Oath of the Outcast. I do remember, which has the Bane spiders, and this one is all about like the 8-legged creatures, as it were. And I think they would fit very well in this campaign setting, absolutely, completely well. Because there's plenty of cave spiders that use in this. You've got the Aracaras, and if you have the Bane spiders go with it, I think it kind of suits the campaign really well. Those are 2 other options for the heroes and monster collections that I think would be kind of viable to go with this. So anyway, the score, I think it's definitely an maybe an 8.5 out of 10 actually. After re-looking at this, I think it's an 8.5 out of 10. There's hardly anything wrong with it. It's a great campaign. The allies are still fun, and the options are there. It's amazing. That's really all I have to say for that. Well, anyway, thank you very much for watching my re-review in this. And so in other words, like always, thank you very much for watching. Bye.